Join me on an Italian cycling adventure like no other, from Tuscany all the way to Milan, following the Via Francigena EuroVelo 5.
The adventure continues after the Tuscany trail. I had my flight back from Napoli and I only had 3 days to make it there from Campigna Marittima. I found out about the Via Francigena, a historic pilgrimage route that actually starts in England, in Canterbury, and finishes in Rome. But wait, there is a EuroVelo. The EuroVelo 5 Via Francigena or Via Romea actually goes farther. It starts in London, traces a lot of parts of the Via Francigena going through France, Switzerland, but it ends in the south of Italy, in Brindisi. It's around 3,400 kilometers, so I thought, why not going on another bikepacking adventure?
Rome, here I come! The Napoli. Wow, so beautiful, I don't want to leave.
My plan was to join the Via Francigena in Siena. As I started to make my way out of Campigna Marittima through the mountain, I noticed my tire was losing air.
The Tuscany trail was so amazing that I didn't want it to end, so decided to add some extra kilometers and going from Campigna Marittima now towards Via Francigena to follow it until Rome. Hopefully I make it there on the 27th and then take a train to Napoli. My flight is from there, so if you know anybody in Napoli that can give me a cardboard box like a bike shop for my bike, it would be great.
I stopped in a small cafe, of course. Time for a snack, enjoying the views, but also checking what's going on with my tire. I realized it was not a puncture, but sealant was coming out of my whole tire and I didn't know what to do. I pumped it as strong as I could, but it was not popping. It was like unseated. So I didn't know what to do really, and I decided to book a hotel nearby and try to figure out things there. And at the end, we ended up putting a tube inside my tire, and I stayed there overnight, but unfortunately that meant that I would not have time to catch my flight back from Napoli because it was a really tight schedule.
Yes, I'm back at the bike shop in Siena. I'm a disaster. I planned to go to Rome, then to Napoli to catch my flight, but I had a flat tire, so I had to change my flight. Now going to Milan, and I'm following the Via Francigena to Milan. I hope to reach Lucca today. My tubeless tire didn't seal. It was not seated, it was just losing sealant everywhere, so I had to put a tube, but it had a bit of play, so back on the Tuscany trail, I guess. So day one of the Via Francigena EuroVelo. This is the same like in the Tuscany trail. I'm doing this part twice. Tough. Rolling towards Lucca, funny enough, back on the route of the Tuscany trail. Second time doing this climb. At the Via Francigena. So I missed this restaurant on the first round because I was too early. It was closed in the morning. So now that I'm doing the second round of the Tuscany trail, I get to have lunch here. The Via Francigena also has some adventure sections. Back on the rolling hills of Tuscany towards San Gimignano. Actually, this part was very similar to the Tuscany trail, but with more road sections, and I got to enter San Gimignano. This time in the Tuscany trail we just turned right, and this time I just went through looking for the best ice cream. Currently in Sant'Emiliano looking for the best ice cream. Did you know that you can follow the Via Francigena, a pilgrimage route that is a EuroVelo all the way to Rome, or in this case I'm following it towards Milan. Let's see how it goes. So beautiful. Look at those views.
The following day I started to make my way from the hotel to Massa, towards the north, towards the Spezia and the coast. As I started riding, I noticed it was a bit more busy with traffic.
Bikepacking is all about adventure, right? This is day 2 of the Via Francigena. So today a bit of freestyling, I was following it, but there were parts that were really busy, and I found out that a previous edition of the Tuscany Trail had a similar route in this direction. So now I'm following until Lucca, but I freestyle a bit here to rejoin it, and it's really nice. Found this nice quiet side road instead of the busy main road. Ooh, some fun gravel. On the trail. Ooh, I guess another adventure, but beautiful. Keeps it fun, the trail here, huh? Back on the Via Francigena, super nice. I like this mix of like trail and the Via Francigena. I like more quiet areas. Quick supermarket break here, approaching Lucca. So I'm following parts of the Via Francigena and the Tuscany Trail of the previous edition, but I wanted some fruit and some Italian snacks. Let's go, last push. I guess I'm going the Roman way. Lucca, here we are. Time for a lunch break. Lucca. Found a good camping spot in Lucca. Well, camping not, picnic spot. Some kefir, So nice local strawberries. So I think I'm gonna sightsee a bit more in Lucca, like an hour, and then I will make my way. I still have another 100k. Let's see if I can reach my accommodation always. I think I planned too ambitious and then I have to rush. I should learn finally. But this is so nice, and you can cycle on the old wall. I get why it's so famous. So I'm now at Lucca Square doing some sightseeing and then pushing it. But you gotta have time to enjoy, right? Hey! Finally we meet! Getting out of Lucca into the mountains. Some climbing around here, but it's beautiful.
The roads are starting to get more busy after Lucca, and it was like really heavy traffic, so I decided, okay, I will deviate from the route and go more towards the mountains, and I end up doing a lot of climbing. I mean, it didn't look that much on the map, and then it was like really steep climbs because I was getting close to the Apennine mountains. But yeah, the traffic around Massa was really heavy, so going through the mountains was a good decision. Maybe it was tough, but the landscapes were more epic, and I found a super nice place to stay in Tendola.
I have to stop all the time. Look at those views. The mountains around Lucca are amazing. The road I wanted to take is close. I had to take this one. Really steep. I hope it leads somewhere. I didn't want to go through the busy Massa city, and I say, okay, I go by the mountains, but this is so hard. Oh, I always choose the hardest way. Big break, I always choose the hard way. I don't know which climb it is, but instead of following the freeway Francigena, I took the mountains because it was really busy, the city, and well, now I have to work. The views, amazing.
Another day, another ride, and this time towards Piacenza through the Apennine Mountains. It was the day with the most elevation, actually. I was happy to follow the Via Francigena through side roads, passing through amazing villages, because the only other road was a flat road going through the mountains in the valley, but it was super busy with traffic, so I decided, okay, rather more elevation and more enjoyable.
Good morning, day 2 of the Via Francigena bikepacking. I'm here in Tendola in the mountains. It's a bit chilly. It's 6:30 in the morning and I have 170k to go with 2000 meters of elevation, so I better get going. Morning, day 2 starts chilly in the mountains. Francigena, day 3. Now on the path, let me tell you, this is much nicer than the main road. So busy. Quick coffee break. The good thing of the Via Francigena is that you have a lot of nice cafes along the way, so no problem with resupplies with water, and much better than being on busy roads. So we can see it's a pilgrimage route, so you have a lot of people also walking it, and it goes through these nice areas, more quiet.
As I started climbing, I bumped into a lot of Italian cyclists. They all had really lightweight bikes and were just flying by. I was a bit empty, but I was just happy to ride my bike and see all these amazing places.
Working hard, one of the big climbs of the day, and it's getting hot now. At least it's quiet. This trip is a real pilgrimage. Yes, climbing up a mountain pass. It's been like 15K or something like that. I don't know, but working for the kilometers today. Hey. Ciao. I love being in the mountains. It's so quiet. Seems to be a popular area for cyclists here. They go so fast on the road bikes with no luggage. I'm envious. Today's been mostly climbing. I'm a bit tired. Trying to find a place for lunch. I deserve some pasta. Okay, so I'm 91 kilometers in. I'm in Fornovo di Taro. I've been climbing all day, so I decided to treat myself to a pizza break. Really good one. I just did the shopping. Normally what I have is a mini lock, and then I have the knock alarm, so if somebody touches it, it gives me time to just run to the bike. Wow, the infrastructure in the Via Francigena is great. You have camping spots, picnic spots, and Wi-Fi. And why race through a country when you can just relax and enjoy? waiting for the train to pass. This part is like the flatlands. Reminds me to the Netherlands. To be honest, I prefer the mountains. Go much more busy here, and cars go pretty fast. So let's see, maybe I find a quieter way. Maybe I improvise again. So the Via Francigena is a pilgrimage route, an ancient one. It stretches all the way from England to Rome, and you can follow it. It's really nice. There's a lot of pilgrims, I don't know how to say, that walk it, but now there's also like great cycling infrastructure, and you have all the pilgrimage hotels and cafes like this one along the way. It's super nice and cool. You can feel the history of the route, and yeah, I would like to do it one day the proper way, like towards Rome. It could be really epic. As I sit here 30 kilometers from Piacenza, I think, you know, this bikepacking trip made me realize it's like a pilgrimage, you know, that what I really enjoy is bikepacking, and you can still challenge yourself, and it's more social, and you make your own rules. I love this experience from the Tuscany trail. I think what I like is of this is like I don't have to race and rush through places. I can just stop, I have a gelato, and I can still challenge myself if I want, like today with the big climb and nearly 170k. But yeah, I really enjoy the sense of community, and that I can stop and talk with the locals and with other riders. I think it's something, sometimes you miss that in the races. You just rush through the places. I think bikepacking is the true freedom, you know. Back on the Via Francigena, made the mistake of following a Strava route, and it was like the cars were passing by so fast, and here is so quiet. So definitely stick to the Via Francigena in Italy.
Unfortunately, there was an issue. Again, I was too optimistic about timing and kilometers, so I was a bit tight on time again. I wanted to continue riding all the way to Milan, but I actually had to stop in Piacenza and just take a train from Piacenza to Milan to make it to my flight. I'm always a bit optimistic. But the good thing in Italy, in this region, is that taking your bike on the train is super easy, and it was for free, so I could just take my bike fully assembled on the train.
Alright, so now I'm looking for the exit of the train station. It was really easy with the bike, and now I have to source a cardboard box here in Milan to take my flight. There's a really nice one I'm going to, so let's see how it goes. It's nice not having to ride into Milan. It's a very busy city. I think it's better to get in by train.
And I got in touch thanks to Instagram. Thank you for all your support with Cory, a local cyclist that lives in Milan, and she helped me source a bike box through a bike shop, Rossignoli. It was a really cool bike shops, like they had a lot of retro and really nice bikes, some quite old. And yeah, so they helped me source a bike box so I could transport my bike.
I'm here in Milan, and thanks to my friends from Rossignoli, got a bike box to get my bike back home. Now let's make it to the airport. If you stop in Milan, definitely come here.
Actually, when I arrived to the Tuscany trail, you can leave your bike box, your cardboard box. If you use one in the Pisa airport, they have an area to dispose your cardboard box. And then for the way back, I managed to source another cardboard box. Thanks to Cory in Milan, we went to have a really nice pizza, a coffee, and then I started to pack my bike to make my way to the airport. The good thing about Milan is that you can also take your bike fully assembled to Milan Malpensa airport, or in this case the big bike box, so no problem. I would definitely like to be back at the Tuscany Trail next year. Let's see, stay tuned for more. Until the next one.